Hey there folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into the Green Lantern Movie Masters Isamot Kol action figure set by Mattel. This set is part of the second wave of the Movie Masters based off of the Green Lantern live action movie and was first released in 2011. I did not purchase this set at the store or online. I received it as a gift from good friend and fellow YouTuber Gerhawk. Hang loose there, and thank you very much. And I have to apologize that I received your gift sometime last year, but I'm just now getting around to opening it up. But if you want to take a peek at videos by Gerhawk, go ahead and take a peek at the link down in the description. And again, thanks Gerhawk, and I appreciate it. Now, taking a look at Isamot Kol here in the package, you can see this particular Green Lantern, and from what I remember, I thought he was in one scene, at least one scene, in the movie where all of the lanterns were assembling. That's what I remember. I don't know if he was shown anywhere else, but you can see he looks very reptilian in design, which is pretty cool and very unique. One thing I like about the movie Green Lantern figures is that they are based off very alien-like designs, not very many humanoid designs, which is pretty cool. And also included with the Isamot Kol is a part for Parallax, for the Collect and Connect Parallax, and you can see the part down below underneath the figure there. Pretty cool. And by the way, this is very nice packaging. I've always been a big fan of the Movie Masters Green Lantern packaging. It looks very unique and very cool on there. On here we have the back of the packaging, and we have a description of the Movie Masters line there, and we have a picture of Parallax, and some parts grayed out because they haven't revealed the parts yet, but the ones that are shown are included with figures that have already been released at the time of this release. And over here on the side we have other figures from the second wave of the Green Lantern Movie Masters line. We have Not Kaloy, who's number 4, and we have Sinestro, who's number 5, and of course Isamot Kol, who is number 6. Now we'll be right back and have Isamot Kol here out of the package. Okay, we're back and we have Isamot Kol out of the package, and I like this figure. The sculpt and detail on Isamot Kol is very nice, as well as the articulations, especially for a Movie Masters figure. There are some issues with it, especially the range of articulation, but before we get into that, let's go ahead and take a look at the one item that comes included with Isamot Kol, and that's the Collect and Connect part for Parallax. And unlike the first wave of figures where pretty much every Collect and Connect piece that came with the first wave was the same piece, this one here is actually rather unique. And I believe this is the lower torso for Parallax. And you can see all of the ports here where the limbs and other body parts of Parallax connect into it. And you even have a peg at the top there. And taking a look at some closer details of this torso, if you can call it a torso, it's got some great detail on here. First of all, the paint is a mixture of different shades of yellow or gold, primarily yellow because it's Parallax, and it's really cool. And also on the sculpting detail, you can see what look like faces, skulls, I guess representing all the souls that Parallax has sucked into itself during the movie. And even here's a screaming face there. It's really, really cool. You can even see what looks like a rib cage here. and just really gruesome stuff on the sculpting, and it's just really neat. Even there's a hand with an arm here, and really cool, and I really can't wait to put all of the pieces together once I have all the pieces, and should be very interesting. But this is the collect and connect part that comes with Isamot Kol, the I believe the lower torso of Parallax. Now on to Isamot Kol, and this is a very nice rendition of the character, the movie rendition of the character. And one thing I do like about the Green Lantern live action movie, and when it comes to the Green Lanterns, they have very unique designs for their lanterns. They're not all human, I guess, not human, but humanoid in design. They're very alien in design. And some folks are kind of put off by that from the movie, but I'm not. I'm one of those that actually like all of these unique designs that they come up with for the lanterns. And this one here is of Isamot Kol, and he's very reptilian or saurian in design, and it's just pretty cool, and there's just lots of details on this figure that make it really great. And to start off with, well, we'll start off with the head here. You can see that Isamot Kol is a bluish colored species, and but you can only see it through his head. Everything else is covered by his Green Lantern suit on there, but his exposed head here indicates that he is a bluish tinted species, and it's very cool in the sculpt as well. You can see a very, not dinosaur, but saurian type in design, and very reptile-like. And you can see the eye here, which is very nice, well painted on there. And you can see, of course, the row of teeth on there, very sharp teeth there. And it's actually pretty cool. And this mouth does open and close. It's on a hinge joint, which is very cool. And you can see the details of the tongue here, which is a deeper shade of blue, really purplish in color. My video camera does not process purple properly, so it doesn't really show the contrast of the color between the tongue and his skin there, which is unfortunate because it really does stick out a little bit with the color. And also at the top of the head you can see the ridges starting behind the eye here, and it's really neat. And here's the exposed area of Isamot Kol, but you can see that the ridge continues even underneath his suit, going along the back here, and it's very cool, very neat. Now the suit itself is in a painted metallic green color. It's very cool, and the camera again does not process blues and greens quite right, and the green in person is actually a deeper shade than what's showing up on the screen. On the screen, to me it looks like it's a lighter green, but it's a little bit darker in person, and that's kind of cool. And I really like how they blend the different shades of green here, especially on the arm here, underneath the suit, on the underbody of Isamot Kol, and along the legs. Nice shades of green here. The darker shade here is non-metallic, but the lighter greens here are metallic. And on the ridge you can see the red dots protruding through the suit, which is really cool. I really like all this design work, and the tail here with the ridges on the side as well. So that's really neat. And you can also see the texture of his skin through the suit, which is very, not scaly, but very like reptile-like, and it's really cool, really neat. And I like the attention to detail on Isamot Kol here. And underneath you can see the Green Lantern emblem for Isamot Kol on there. Getting the focus there. It's actually quite nice. So that's pretty cool. And for his ring, it's on his right hand, which is typical for most Green Lanterns. And unfortunately, the green on the ring is a little similar to his suit, so it's hard to distinguish. One thing that's neat is that the bottom of the ring is in that dark gray color. So you can see the ring from underneath, but when you twist it around to the top, it sort of blends in with the suit, so making it a little harder to distinguish from the top view on there. But still pretty cool. And then you have his nails here that protrude outside of his suit on the front and back, which is pretty neat on there. Just a really all-around great design, especially the detail on the sculpt and the paint on there. So very, very cool. Now, as far as articulation, Isamot Kol has a lot of articulation, a lot more than the other Movie Masters figures, which is nice. Unfortunately, the range of motion on these articulation joints is a little limited. Some of it due to the sculpt, like here on the ridge, and just some of it just a lack of range of movement. Really, not anything impeding it, just a general lack of range. But it started with the articulation with the head. The head does swing all the way around on a swivel. I think it's a ball joint, but due to the sculpt of the back of the head and also and the shoulder area here, it prevents a lot of the movement. So I don't think you can get much movement up or down or even side to side. It really only on this swivel around the shoulder area, which is unfortunate. As other articulation joints on the head, the jaw does open and close about that far out and in, so that's kind of neat. It doesn't seem to want to close all the way, which is unfortunate. It would have been nice if it closed completely. You can see how the teeth actually mesh well together when you have it completely closed, but unfortunately it cannot close all the way. You really have to force it closed there. So the arms, at least consider the front arms, I guess you could say, they can go all the way around, and they do go out and in, which is nice. The elbows here bend forward and back, as well as go all the way around, which is nice. And the wrists go all the way around as well as in and out. So nice range of movement, especially for the wrists there. Now the torso here really only goes all the way around. It would have been really nice if it would he'd be able to arch his back forward or back, because you see it's rather limited, primarily due to the sculpt right here that prevents the upward movement of the torso. You can see it running up against the back ridge on the upper part of the torso there. If this was actually flattened a little more, you probably have a little bit better range of motion, but this is about as forward and back as you can get, and you can get it slightly side to side as well. And the legs or back limbs of Isamot Kol here are on a typical DC Universe Classic hinge joint, which is interesting. So you can actually have the leg move forward and back and out to the side, which is nice. And there is, I guess, back knee movement in and out, as well as all the way around. But due to the design, I can't seem to get it in certain positions all the way around, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. And there is no ankle articulation here. And one last piece of articulation here is the tail. You can see the hinge joint right here allows you to move the tail up and down. Would have been nice to have a rotational, I guess, articulation, like on a swivel, in addition to the up and down movement, but due to this, both this sculpt and just the joint itself, that prevents that kind of movement. But still nice to have the tail to be able to move up and down to provide some balance in some of the poses. So overall, a great figure. I'm a big fan of the Movie Masters line, especially due to the details of the sculpts of the figures. And I really like Isamot Kol here because he's a non-typical humanoid figure, and it's just really great to have. And I do appreciate this as a gift from Gearhawk. Thanks again. I really like this figure, and does add to my Movie Master Green Lantern lineup. Thanks, Gearhawk. Hang loose there. And this is my casual peek into the Green Lantern Movie Masters Isamot Kol action figure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.